Hey, Nico.
Hey, Alcine, how's it going?
It's going good. Thanks. I appreciate you coming on here and training me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Give me just 1 second because I'm having some technical issues with my computer. I don't know why it's charging.
Oh, no problem.
Oh. All right, thank you so much for your patience. I don't know why it wasn't working, but okay. We are on. So I know
Good.
James. Yeah, as to
Do you mind if I record this? I just forgot to
no,
tell
no,
you.
no, it's okay, it's okay, completely
All
okay
right.
for me.
It'd be good for me to refer back to.
Yeah. I know James asked us to submit one of RFP or one of an RFP for just like a test, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, Let me check the email, then I'll share my screen with you.
Okay.
Are you familiar with RFPs?
Say it one more time.
Are you familiar with RFPs?
No. So I've not done them before at all. So
Okay, so just a very fair notice. So RFP is request for request for proposal, sorry.
yeah.
What is basically it's a like kind of like a done document. I always say like it's like a cold outreach you do for a client, except that they manage like super high budgets. Well, depend on the client, but usually you are aiming to, let's say, to the 5 figures, even 6 figures on budget. So what we do with James is basically try to research, come up with the best RFPs that aligns with fitments, and try to draft a proposal using some tools we have. Okay. I think I got the email.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to walk you out through all the tools we have, especially for ChatGPT. And
Okay.
also some of the process I use to make the RP a little bit more personalized for what we have to do. So having said that, let me see if I can share my screen. Yeah, there we go. I think. Okay. Are you seeing now? I think.
Yes, I am. I see
Oh,
email.
okay. Nice. So what I have to do is basically, okay. So we have to do one RFP for ocean state pressure. So procure, sorry. So what I usually do is try and find for the the public bids, but I don't know if James have attached the document. I don't think so. I don't see it. Mm, ooh, hmm, I don't see the RFP. Maybe it's here. Oh, we're procure. Okay. So are you seeing this this window right here, or are you just on the email window?
I can't see your email, or I can't see the tab
Okay.
for Proactus.
Okay, let me see if I can just share this better. Okay, window screen one. Okay. Now, are you seeing my screen now?
I'm still seeing the Proactus web page.
Okay, no, yeah. That's where I'm at. So, hmm, it's weird. We don't have an user anywhere here.
We don't have LastPass for it.
No. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to talk with James about this, but in the meantime, what we can do is understand the process of submitting an RFP. It's pretty simple, really, but it takes time, to be honest. And usually, what I do is first we have, oh, that's my ChatGPT here. First, we have a dedicated ChatGPT. Well, actually, two. One is one that we created with James and Claudia, that was James' assistant. We created that ChatGPT to help us rank any RFP that comes our way. So after
Oh, I
we,
see it.
okay,
Is it RFP score for Figments?
yeah, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. After we did that, we have another. Let me open that also. We have a document, a sheet where we usually try and submit what we are working on. So those all of these are the past RFPs we have working on. Um, some of them we have sent it to the client, I think, and some of them not because some time issues. Another, I don't know if I remember, but some of them were needed a physical copy. So we usually don't try to respond to those that need a physical copy. But here you can also see like the scorecard we built just to try and rank the best RFPs to response for. And what we do also is that James and Pigments usually are invited to respond some of these RFPs, or usually the James is contactly they're directly contact by the responsible of the RFP. So yeah, that's like the first process. That's something that's super technical, and you just have to. If I remember what's the password here, I don't know why last. Okay. I don't know why LastPass isn't working for me. Mm,
It did log me out yesterday.
yeah,
What's it called? Was it the Proactus?
the practice. Oh,
Proactus Cloud?
practice. Yeah, practice.
That looks like that's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't show me a site password. I could try
Mm,
and jump on it.
yeah, if you could try that, I'm going to.
You might have to relog into LastPass.
Yeah,
Somebody kicked me off. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
it.
know why LastPass isn't working for me.
Yep.
That's mm, okay. This is weird.
Your login attempt was unsuccessful. The username and
Mm,
password that you entered is not correct.
oh,
Okay.
okay. So we have a problem in our hands there.
Wait, yeah, didn't work.
um,
So
I hmm,
I wonder if it was changed.
maybe then change the password. I don't remember that. No, and also I don't know why I could not enter. Okay.
Trouble logging in, maybe.
Why is this so? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment there. Uh, if I know how. Hmm. What is happening with password? Okay. Okay. So, anyways, as I was saying, well, basically it's a super like simple process, but it's long nonetheless. We have to taught two ChatGPTs. The other one is called like RFP response, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
see it.
Yeah, you can maybe enter to the chat and see. There's a lot of information going on.
I don't see any conversations on there.
Oh, okay, that's weird also.
Um, unless it's maybe it's not a chat. Maybe I'm not looking at the chat. Because there's the chat GBT itself, like the agent.
Mm-hmm.
I think you technically call it agent. Um, and then there's the chats. There is RFP outline development.
Yeah, that's the one I think.
Gotcha. And I think it's loading. Yeah. Okay. And then that's RFI. RFP analysis summary.
There's a lot of information going on right there, but what I could tell you is that basically the simple process you could do, the step-by-step process is just to try and submit all the documents the RFP, the proposal has. So let's say, for example, you usually have like the technical aspect, maybe some financial aspects, maybe some addendums here and there. Try to just upload all those documents. So ChatGPT could give you like a first outline of what would be like the best response we could generate for that specific RFP. But trying to enter last pass. Okay,
How
so
many documents usually do they provide?
it depends, you know.
Okay.
Um, it can be either one or even I have one RFP that have like more than 10 documents. I think it's going to depend mostly on the client and the budget. Mm,
Would it be in
mm,
the RFP? Where did I see that? RFP analysis summary? Where did I see that one? Uh,
mm.
there it is. RFP analysis summary. I wonder if is that probably where we put some inputted some documents and got feedback.
Yeah. Uh,
Let's see here.
let me check just one thing. Okay. Okay, let me check if I can log into ChatGPT again because I want you to guide you to the exact step-by-step process I do to create an RFP. I don't know, today was like my troubleshoot day. I don't know how to say that, but it's been pretty weird with my computer, with some internet issues. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
It's okay. I found this one for proposal outline NH Community Loan Fund.
Hmm.
Cover letter, executive summary. There's like it's like a five part. How many of these RFPs have we gotten in the past, do you think, if at all?
Mm, that's a difficult question to ask. I'm going to share at least a spreadsheet with you,
Okay.
spreadsheet, so you can see how many RFPs we have responded in the past. There we go.
See it?
Um, there's been like at least I have responded to, let's say, maybe 12 RFPs, maybe since I think end of July. Like I told you, like this is a pretty long process, and usually takes days, if not weeks, depending on the scope of the project. So sometimes it could be just like a simple web redesigns, and in other cases it could be like a full marketing strategy for, like, let's say a university, or even like a governmental organization, corporation. So it's going to be like really variable about what we need to do for the specific project. Usually, well, of course, it has to be like related to marketing. It has to be marketing related. So things like, let's say, paid ads, maybe copy for social media, maybe SEO strategy, or things like that are some of the keywords that we try to look on the different RFPs we have, or like we are invited to respond. But like I told you, like there are some specific criteria that is important for you to know that maybe is not super clear on the ChatGPT, and that is one that it means like operations are really like narrowing on some states. So let's say I think it's Maryland, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, of course, maybe New York. So any RFP that comes from, let's say, I don't know, Florida or Washington, well, they are not like the best to answer just because they are like so far away. But
Is that why
usually,
there's proximity? Is that one of the
yeah,
ratings?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I don't know why, but ChatGPT doesn't like read well that ranking criteria. So usually what you have to do is like asking again, just in case, like just ask like, hey, ChatGPT, are you sure, or do you know where the RFP comes from? And usually will say that to you. So that's one. And the other criteria is that usually need to see if that the RFP is asking, if it is asking for a physical copy of the document. We usually tend to avoid those kind of RFP just because that's like more work for us to do. And let's say, for example, if we are like applying for a RFP on Maryland, so all the tracking expenses, all the like sending fees are going to be like much more like of an investment that we would like to like invest on those type of projects. So yeah, those are like the two main criteria I like to see on the RFPs that are maybe not so clear on the ChatGPT score ranking. Okay, I want to see if I can log in again. Hmm, that's weird.
To
Oh,
the practice.
I'm sorry.
Are you trying to get on the practice still?
No, I was trying to get on the staff account on ChatGPT,
Oh yeah.
but I
Yep.
just can't. So I have to, so let's move on. Maybe I want to show you what we have, like the kind of like the final product on PandaDoc. That's like the main platform we use. It's
Okay.
not the best platform, to be honest. It's a little bit slow and a little bit like not so intuitive, but uh, that's the bet we got. So yeah, let's wait for that. I don't know what happened with my internet today. Oh.
And I'm assuming these the checklist it goes up to five, like one
Yeah,
to five.
yeah, usually like one being the worst and five being the best. So yeah, like ChatGPT usually evens all the ranking scores or the ranking criteria, sorry. So if we have like I think it was like 3.8 or above is a total beat, we have to beat to that. But if it's like 3.7 or below, we usually not yeah, not beat to that project. This is one. This is another one. I think that this was done for something. This was for. Oh, okay. That's another one. I don't think we send this. Maybe there's one.
And
Oh, okay, there we go. Let's look at this RFI, request for information. It's basically like the previous step to try to do an RFP. But what we usually do, or what we're trying to accomplish here, is creating a kind of like a client-facing document. Usually put a logo here. We usually have this. All of this is already generated template. You can find it here on Pandadoc under the template. So that's pretty easy to do. But here's the thing: if we want to have like a specific like I was saying to you, like an outline or response, we want to gather all the information possible, whether it be from the documents, some emails, or the combination of both, to the second ChatGPT. I'm sorry. Um, what will usually happen is that ChatGPT is going to give you like a pretty general answer of what we have to do. Eh, so I recommend you to maybe, depending on what the specific RFP is asking to you, to try and make one response at a time. So let's say, for example, what I did here in this case was to try and answer all the 30 plus questions this RFP was asking for us. So first, I generated like a general outline, and then I tried to move on question by question to try and have like a more specific approach to what we are. I'm sorry, my English is not English today. To what they were asking for us. So, um, having said that, the thing here is that usually that ChatGPT is a little bit old. It's not updated on the last RFPs we sent. So it's probably going to give you some all case studies, some all information that is important to double check. You can totally support that with me. You can just send the document to me and I can work on that to just like path checking and editing some things here and there. But usually
can you
like
remind me what the I means in RFI?
a request for information. That's
Oh,
like
okay.
the previous process of before doing a RFP.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a lot of technical names, but it's usually like an outreach, I will say that, an outreach proposal for a client. Um, yeah, so there are a lot of things to keep in mind, but usually ChatGPT is going to give you like I would say like an 80 to 85% of accurate outline. Usually what you have to do is just like, like keep a laser eye on what's real and what's not, and what's updated and what's not. But that's something I could do. And well, what I usually also do is trying to make this cover letter as personalized as possible. Usually I write this myself, but I know that maybe ChatGPT could give like a kind of like a first brief, first draft to make it like as specific as possible. So having said that, I will also recommend you to not just upload the documents of the RFP, but also just taking some time, maybe not all the time, but some time to read what's the objective, what's the client's needs, what are the specifications of the projects. So I'm so sorry for that. Okay. What are the specifications of the projects? So you could have like a broad understanding of what this project is about. Um, yeah, I think that's it for ChatGPT. You could just check the information. Maybe if I can like enter on the ChatGPT, maybe we could see, or I can send you like a video on what was the name of the application? I think it was Loom. Step-by-step process of how I do the all the prompts and all the process on ChatGPT. But having said that, the idea here is what I do is not like transcripting all the first response directly to PandaDoc. what I usually do is try to create a Google document just so we can like have some first draft or first version we could just edit and maybe and change some things here and there.
Is there a location for those RFI
Um,
drafts and RFP drafts?
no, to be honest, no, but I could just like organize like an archive for you so I could send you like what I've been working on. It's a
Great.
lot of like raw material, but I know it could be like very helpful. So let me do that for you. And yeah, so I don't know if you have any questions, any, I don't know, opinions about this process.
Well, I think it might be just good if I voice some things, make sure I'm on the right page,
Hmm.
or same page. So generally, you are using ChatGPT uh, you break it down by questions
Yeah,
on the RFI, which comes first before the RFP. Uh,
yeah.
and you use Google Docs to create the drafts, probably
Hmm.
because it's just faster and responsive compared to Panda Docs. Uh,
Yeah.
and um, yeah, usually that first initial paragraph you have in your RFI, you are being a lot more personable, so you'll probably write that yourself. And then you'll use ChatGPT just to kind of like be a reviewer for that, make sure that everything's in order. Um, these RFPs, I don't know if you're combining RFIs into that. How long does it take to do an RFI compared to the RFP?
Usually you are not going to do like an RFI. It's pretty rare that a company asks us about an RFI just because like the previous step to doing the RFP. So we have like at least I have wrote sorry, I think just one or two RFIs. So that's something that you don't have to worry about.
Okay.
What you do have to worry about is usually like the RFP per se.
Okay.
So I was just going to show you an example of what I did in the past because like I told you, it can take you, let's say, a couple hours to maybe a couple days just drafting the first document. But this one took me like at least a week to 2 weeks just because it was like I don't know, like a 68-page document, 63-page document, sorry. Just
Nice.
trying to respond to all the requirements they had. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty insane. But like I told you, like it's all going to depend on what they are asking. So that's super important for you to look at the original document because it could be whether like 3 questions, usually 4 or 5 questions that are usually going to be about the organization experience, the specific requirements for the RFP, some case studies, some financial proposal, and I think no, those are the four like main categories that are always going to be on an RFP. But
What were
yeah,
those for again? I missed it.
yeah, sorry, it was four. So it's going to be like organization experience.
Okay.
It's going to be the specific requirements.
Okay.
Usually they ask us to include some case studies, and usually they ask us to include a pricing proposal. Sorry, that's what's the name, a pricing proposal.
Okay.
For
And that
category,
within the RFP.
I'm sorry.
Within the RFP.
Yeah, that will
Okay.
be all within the RFP.
Okay.
Um, like I told you, it could be like maybe 6 to 10 pages that are pretty like standard, maybe, and ChatGPT could do that like pretty easily, and we just could take a second look and a second round of review to just polish the document. But it could also depend on the requirements of the RFP. So, for example, in this document here, this was for I think it was a university. I don't remember the name, but they asked us for so many things, like so many specific things that really took the time to just try and not only like put the format, but also like try and respond about um, the needs of this client. So it was pretty insane to be honest. But this is like a rare case, that You are not going to be working with a 60-page plus document. No, that's a rare case, to be honest. But it's something that can happen, and we usually it will be like wise to try and really see if it's too long to do. Well, maybe I don't know if we just like need to like invest so much of our time if we have like another other things to do. So keep in mind that. Keep in mind also the deadlines is super important. Here on the RFP checklist, usually what we're trying to do is to put the submission deadline just to have like an approximate of how many like days or hours we have until the deadline. Um,
Ah,
and yeah, I think that's it for the moment. All of these categories you could just like simply submit them to the RFP and to the RFP, I'm sorry, to the ChatGPT, and that chat will give like all the automatic answers for you. You just could like put the information below here on the table, just for like organization purposes. Um, yeah, I think there's a lot. I think I have just talked a lot. So please, if you have any questions, any like concerns, any doubts, please let me know.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking at all these. So some of these have already passed. Okay. Um, so you said it takes usually about a week to get the draft going on the RFP, or to at least complete it.
Yeah,
The first
usually,
draft.
the first draft. Usually, what I like to do is taking like the first to maybe even the second day to try and have some light read and maybe try and upload the documents on ChatGPT just to see that we both understand what we have to do. And then after that, just try to create the outline, just try to start drafting response by response, usually what we have to do. Um, and then after that, like the final day maybe is just submit the document to PandaDoc and try to create the template here, try to accommodate the template, I'm sorry. So we could have like a client facing document. Mm, but like I told you, it's going to depend also on all the questions, all the requirements the RFP is asking. So here, for example, this RFI as to like, I don't know, like maybe 38 responses. I'm sorry, questions, something like that. It was also pretty specific. Like, to be honest, I don't know why this document was not like an RFP. It was, for me, it was pretty much the same, but I don't know. Um,
And so you'd
but
understand the you could say the RFI is like a preliminary
yeah,
questionnaire before the
yeah.
RFP. Okay.
Which is pretty weird because basically it's all the information that the RFP is going to have. So I don't
Just
know
less
why.
for them to read over.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
And you're getting all the RFP checklist information. Um, are you getting that from Proactus?
Usually, like I told you, we have like several websites here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Those websites are where we do our like specific research. But usually, what I did like couple months ago from now is usually James sent me a lot of RFPs that he personally receives on his email. Um, so yeah, and actually we were trying to let me see if I can find the email because oh here it is. We were trying to do um I think it was like I'm sorry, are you hearing me well? Here's raining like crazy, so I don't know if you can hear me
Oh no, I
well.
can hear you. I don't hear any raining. I'm
Okay,
just
thank
looking
you.
down at the bottom.
Okay, okay, sorry. But we were actually teaming up with Tyler. We just went trial. This specific platform was about like an automatic process to research and give us like specific RFPs that are well aligned with what Pygmies is doing. but this is still a work in process. This is usually just to, I'm sorry, usually not, but this is hmm, like having to just like doing all the research process, but from AI assistant, I think. So we have like just the RFP delivered to our door, and we can focus on the draft.
Okay.
But we have not doing anything on this behalf. I think we have like maybe trying to coordinate a meeting, but this is something that is still a work in progress. So in the meantime, the idea is to one, if James send me a direct RFPs, we should totally respond to that. But two, if we don't, we are not working on a current RFP, the idea here is to try and look for them, usually on BidNet, MyBidMatch, and WellProcure are like the three most important um, search tools we could use to find some RFPs that are aligned with pigments. Um, but yeah, I know James' goal was to try and maybe upload 2 to 3 RFPs per week, but it's usually like a pretty difficult goal to reach, because there are so many things, so many variables to have in mind, especially with regard of the deadlines. Because usually you could have like 3 RFPs that are on the same deadline. So that's insane. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
so the idea here is to at least respond to the most RFPs we can. So because yeah, if we are not bidding, we are not winning. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
So let's say like
How many have you guys like I'm just trying to figure out generally the probability of winning one of these. Like out of how so many do you like out of 10, how much do you think you actually procure?
I think it's pretty difficult, not going to lie. Like out of 10, I would say maybe a 4 or 3. It's going to depend on 3 things basically. Want or eagerness to respond. If we can just find like an RFP and we can respond as fast as we can, we usually have like higher chances of advancing to the next round. Second one will be if James is directly contact by the
Yeah,
point of contact.
relationship.
Yeah, so that's like an important point. And third will also be if mm, if we are, for example, if the RFP is located on Rhode Island, we have also like a greater possibility, a greater chance of advancing to the next round. So for the RFI I just showed you, we actually received, I think it was like some days ago. Oh, here is. We actually received a positive response from the point of contact, which is pretty good. So we advanced to the RFP section, which is great. So we can also work on that since we have already all the responses uploaded on the on the RFI. But yeah, let me tell you, it's a really difficult process. But like I told you, if we are not beating, we are not winning. So it is better
Yeah.
if we just spread our chances and try to make like the most responses as we can. But obviously having each of the responses like as best as we can, as personalized as we can.
Okay.
So yeah. And also, just for your information, well, I was working here like for the RFP like at least for like 3 or 4 months, I think. So I'm kind of a data guy, and I like to see numbers here and there. But like I told you, like we didn't have like so much like positive responses, but that's on me because I was just trying to understand all the like legal requirements of each RFP. So if I remember, for example, for one university RFP, they asked on the last addendum, they asked for a specific document that I completely forgot to upload, and that alone caused, sorry, to uh, I forgot what I was saying. that alone caused that we just couldn't follow the process. So that's something you have to keep in mind, and that is like
Yeah,
RFP is going to ask you for a specific set of requirements that we have to follow very, very closely.
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, that's super important. My idea here is that since I could not like log into the ChatGPT, maybe you could just play around with some prompts. Let me see if I could send you the documents of the RFP James asked us to work on the meantime.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if you have any last
Yeah,
question.
yeah, any video that'd be helpful of
Of course,
running through it.
of course.
Even that
Yeah.
means like you could say massaging the chat GPT to work uh for for our benefit. That'd be helpful. It's a bummer
Yeah.
we couldn't get into web procure. Just web procure, what is that again?
Web Procure is RFP like search tool.
Oh, so it's another way of searching RFPs.
Mhm.
Okay.
So don't worry too much about that. We can just like revisit that later.
Oh, I saw it. I missed it right there in that list. Duh.
I'm just going to see if I can like find the documents of this RFP and send it to you. Because I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't know why it's happening. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to send you some SOP we have for the RFPs that are pretty useful. And also try and record a Zoom video for you if I can log into the ChatGPT just to walk you through my process of creating the prompts and submitting like at least like a first good draft, so we can just like don't have so much work to do on the second revision. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be good if even if there was like a way to walk through a RFP
Mhm.
together, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's great. So like I told you, just take your time. Let me see if I can just send you these RFP documents. Try to read like I told you, the objective, the requirements. The rest are not that important, so I recommend that you just do like a light read on them, and then allow all the documents straight to the ChatGPT. Um, so yeah, that's all for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds
So yeah,
good.
because I know this is a lot of information, I was like overwhelmed at first. So I completely understand if you're feeling the exact same way. You
This has
know,
been a thing for me for past 3 weeks.
I know. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but you'll get there.
Yeah, I'm
I know.
adapting.
Yeah, you'll get into that. 100%. So yeah, I'm on Slack, on email, so you can just like send me an email, send me a message, and I'm more than happy to respond to you. So yeah, let me put that on my notebook. I'll try to maybe send you the SOP, and if I can find the documents today, and I try to have for you the long video tomorrow morning, if that's okay. You're on mute, Elsie. I can hear you. Oh,
Sorry.
there. It's
Yes,
okay.
that's great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So having said that, I hope you have a great afternoon. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach me on Slack, on email. I'm here if
Okay.
you need. Okay.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, Austin. Have a great afternoon.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.